All right, let's see what we got comment-wise on this video. More videos. Sotek, love your long-form character videos. Me too. Thanks. Raw cauliflower. So certain new Slaves to Darkness models could be built for both square and circle bases, and the same thing minis. Nice to pair up with the big city Mars. Yep. Yep. Definitely agree. Yep. To be fair, I'm half surprised this 16-minute long video isn't about the new Saurus warrior. Oh yeah. Hello everyone, Loremaster of Sotek, and you've probably guessed already because there's a thumbnail and a title and stuff going on about what this video is about, but I wanted to show you what the video is about before I really get into talking about it. So without further ado, let's check out the Warhammer Age of Sigmar 2023 trailer, which what this basically is Games Workshop released a small trailer showcasing silhouettes of the new models that they're releasing in 2023, at least the early part of 2023. I don't think it's the entire year. I think it's just like the early part of the year, but let's go ahead and take a peek. Oh, that's a Slann! Oh, it's a Saurus! Oh, it's a thingamajig we're gonna talk about in a minute! And then, looks like elves? Okay. Alright. Alright, so, I don't know why I didn't record my first reaction to this, but honestly, I'm still as really fucking excited in my current reaction. So, I'm gonna make my face a little bigger, I guess. And kind of talk about what's going on here. So I'm just gonna make myself smidge larger. My green screen's messed up. Just ignore it. it's a long story. In any event, so let's talk about what's going on in this video. Which I don't care about any of this. Like, though the new Goblin Wolf Riders, super cool. They look absolutely amazing. Super excited for these guys. But I'm here to talk about not that disappointment. This right here. So first, we've got this is the new Lizardmen minis. So basically, they have confirmed. So we know there is at least one new order battle tome, which battle tomes are the army books for Age of Sigmar. We know that there's at least one new order battle tome coming out this. I can't remember if it's winter or spring. I want to say it's spring. And now we know for a fact that one of them is the Seraphon, which Seraphon is the Age of Sigmar name for the Lizardmen. Something I've been talking about in other videos or just on stream and stuff is that one of the things that seems to be heavily going on right now with Games Workshop in regards to how they're making Age of Sigmar miniatures is that you can kind of tell when an Age of Sigmar miniature is meant to also be used in Warhammer Fantasy, because it very mysteriously fits onto a fantasy base or is very, very close to fitting on its fantasy base. And, you know, it's literally just one of the models from fantasy a lot of the time. Though in some cases, there are a lot of new models, especially from like the Monogod factions that seem like they're going to be fantasy enabled, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But these are obviously going to be usable for fantasy. So first we have the generic Slann Mage-Priest. I mean, there's literally no way to hide it. You've got like the vines are what's holding up the mini. You can see here. So you got like the jungle theme. You got like a stone down here. And then you got vines. And then you've got the actual throne, which has even got the little things on the bottom that we used to put the flight stands in. And then you can see he even still has his skink attendant. So you have the little skink attendant here, and then there's a little frog, it looks like, maybe, or no, I bet that's his hand. Yeah, that looks to be the Slann Mage-Priest's hand clutching the side of the throne. And then you got like a big spike coming off of it. Super excited for this sculpt. The Lord Croak sculpt for Age of Sigmar is absolutely amazing. It is very over the top. I would be shocked if you're allowed to use it in fantasy because it is so over the top, but I still love it. I actually have a version being painted professionally by my friend Palooka, who you may have seen in the community before. He's the one that painted my Tehennewin model that I love so much, my Tehennewin on the Engine of the Gods, and he is currently working on a Lord Croak that is almost done, which is very, very cool, and I can't wait for it to get here so I can show it off. But the Slann looks much more humble as far as busyness. Lord Croak's got a lot of crazy, almost sci-fi type stuff going on above him, which looks absolutely incredible, and I hope the mini is viable for fantasy, but it wouldn't shock me if it's not, just because it's so big. This one looks much more appropriate in scale, and I am so excited. I honestly feel that the current Slann Mage-Priest, it's a great mini. Like, it looks good, it's aged very well, but you can only get it in metal or fine cast, so it has its limitations. And the metal in particular, I've always found very frustrating because you have to either use a flight stand or a shitload of green stuff or some random gobbledygook, or a combination of those gobbledygooks to get it to float. I've had a lot of problems in the past trying to get my Slann Mage-Priest to be in the air and not on the ground. But this is the most exciting thing in this trailer. Period. End of story. This, oh my god, I'm so excited. Which is new Saurus. This has to be. It has to be a new Saurus miniature. It looks so good. It looks so good. Like I mean, look at these. He's got like these badass like raptor claws, but it's like it's a regular tail with just a simple ornamentation. He's got a Saurian sword, which, you know, the Saurus blades always look more like, I mean, they're kind of more like clubs, but they got like the little shark teeth almost things in them. But then we have like regular clubs, though I guess those are more maces now that I think about it. So I guess this would be a club, and then the one that is more like the one with like the big chunk at the end of it and it's skinny would be a mace. Because I don't think the Lizardmen don't really have swords. Like, would you still call it a sword if it's like fat like that? It'd be a club, right? Because you're clubbing someone with it. You can't thrust. That doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Anyway, so this looks like a new Saurus mini. You can see he's, whoops, wrong button. You can see he's even got a Saurian shield. So he's got the classic Saurus shield where it has, it's kind of like it's a circular structure, but it's got spikes coming out so they can punch with it, or they can either slash or punch with their shield, which is always why I found Lizardmen to have like the absolute best weapons, because they are able to like their shields are so terrifying. You can see it looks like he's got a little bit of leg armor. He's got ankle bracelets, and up here you can see, so we have the, oh, I just realized, wow, I don't know why my brain saw it backwards. Wow. Well, okay, that was super weird. My brain saw him rotating from right to left when he's actually rotating left to right. Blah. Okay, so he's holding his club in his right hand and his shield in his left hand, and somehow my brain saw it the other way around. Because what I was going to say is like, oh, I'm surprised the shield is like, well, it looks like the shield is a full, yeah, the shield looks like it's a full circle, which is really, it's different from the old Lizardmen designs. The old Lizardmen designs, it was like a semicircle, so it had like a straight top, and then it would curve around the bottom. So it looked very much designed for like slashing, and then it had like a flat top for catching, or like, you know, you block and the weapon would like skid down or skid off or catch on it. These look like fully circular shields, which is definitely very different. I don't have an issue with it. I think it's gonna look super cool regardless. And then you can see it looks like he's got his mouth open and he's roaring. You can see his tongue sticking out. But please God, let this be new Saurus. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. It's not like a big secret in that like I've been afraid to tell people. It just doesn't come up that much, and it's something that like took me time to admit to myself, which is that listen, I love the Nighthaunt. Nighthaunt are really cool. Which for those unaware, the Nighthaunt are the ghost army of Age of Sigmar. They're the army that I play right now, though I haven't played Age of Sigmar in a good few months, mostly due to just like health reasons. But I really love the Nighthaunt. They're very cool. I love their special characters. I love their design. I love their minis. But a lot of people were really surprised that I left the Lizardmen, that I didn't play Seraphon. I left Lizardmen and I play Seraphon instead. And when people would ask me about it, my response would always say that, I would always say, oh, well, the Seraphon are extremely competitive right now. Like at the time anyway, they were like one of the best armies, and Nighthaunt were really not. Like Nighthaunt were really struggling. So for me, I found a lot more of a tactical challenge in trying to take a Nighthaunt army and to make it work. And I also, in my experience, find that if you're playing an army that is doing much more poorly, mentally you feel much more comfortable with trying different kinds of builds, because you know that like there really isn't a meta build, at least not a very successful one. So when you find one that works, it's really satisfying. And with Seraphon, they were so competitive that if you tried to like kind of mix things up, it would usually give you worse results, not better results, which could be kind of more of a feel bad. But in any event, here's the real truth, which is that one of the biggest reasons I quit playing Lizardmen actively is that I hate the Saurus minis. I hate them so much. They're so ugly. They're so old and they're so bad. They're 6th edition mini, which is funny because the Skinks are also 6th edition minis, but they have aged very, very well. I think Skinks still look great. Like, I don't need new Skink minis right now. I could live another edition, another 2 editions probably, without new basic Skinks. Plus, like, you can buy like certain other products and get Skink models, like from the Underworld team, for instance. But new Saurus, we have been denied over and over and over again. The only half-decent Saurus minis that have come out in recent times have been the Blood Bowl Saurus. Other than that, every single goddamn time in like 7th edition, 8th edition, and then Age of Sigmar, every time they would come out with a new Saurus mini, I would get so excited, and then it'd be a fucking Old Blood every single time. So they kept giving us the same character over and over and over again. And it's like, I already have one. I don't need any more of these. And I hate when they do that. I hate it so much. Like, don't give me a character. Like, I would rather get one unit refreshed than get the same damn fucking character I've already had refreshed like 1,000 times. So it looks like we're hopefully, like, this model looks way too simple to be a character. Like, I've heard some rumors about it maybe being like a new Saurus Sunblood. I even had somebody mentioned to me it might be new, like someone was like, oh, I heard about new Temple Guard. I'm like, please, God, no. The modern Temple Guard are fine. We got them in 8th edition. They're modern. They're plastic. They look good. They're fine. Like, they're not as dynamic as most Age of Sigmar minis by any stretch of the imagination. They were definitely designed to be rank and file, but they look fine. Leave them alone. Like, we need new Crocsgores. We need new Salamanders. We need new Razordons. We need new Saurus. We need new Cold One Riders. Like, that's what we need. We don't need any more fucking Temple Guard. Any event, I'm sorry. I'm passionate about this. I am so goddamn excited for this. And then, last but not least, is this little booger, which is very interesting. This is new. So this is not a re-release model. This is a brand new Lizardman model. As to what it is, I've been looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, and it's tricky. The rider is definitely a skink. It is 100% a skink riding a dinosaur or a bird, but I think it's a dinosaur. Because, and you can tell it's a skink because when you look at the Saurus has like the raptor claws, and he's got the spikes coming out of the ankle claws, and he has spines going down his back and on his tail, right? You'll notice this rider has none of that. He has a very smooth tail with like just itty bitty tiny little bumps for like the raised scales on the back of skinks, and he also has very smooth freshly shaved, I'm sure, legs, which are skink legs. Now, the only thing that kind of threw me off initially is that he seems to have the same shield design as the Saurus, where it's a circular shield with spikes coming down the center, which is a little unusual for skinks. Skinks have almost always had almost full circular shields, whereas Saurus had like the half circle shields, or like the half crescent. I don't know what you call them. But so like when I initially saw this, the shield is definitely more skinky to my mind, but all the spikes on it say Saurus. So I'm guessing it's a melee character, but you see we've got this like long-tailed creature, and it looks like it either has feathers or maybe it has a split tail. It could be a split tail because you see how there's like a part there. It looks like there's a type of ornamentation right here, like a gold bracelet or something. And then the main tail goes here, but it almost looks like there's like a fin or something that connects to this branch here. Now, it could be that this is a feather, but I kind of think it's a split tail and that there's like some kind of fin or crest or something connecting the two tail components. You can see there's more ornamentation, like the little tags here and here. And then initially I thought it was a bird because when I saw all this stuff on the front, it almost looks like little wings or something. So my head was like, oh, it's like a Colchin rider. You know, maybe it's a skink Colchin rider. Because the Colchins were basically like ostriches or emus. They were large flightless birds that lived in the Colchin Plains, which is on the southern side of Lustria. And in the lore, it said that skinks tamed them and learned how to ride them, and they were like a type of fast cavalry, which was really, really cool. I always really liked that idea and would have really wanted to see it implemented on tabletop, but we never got them. We did have skink horned one riders, but they were considered more of a Southlands thing, not a Lustria thing, though I would still really love skink horned one riders, especially in Total War, so we can have some damn skink, like decent skink shot cavalry that isn't a flying unit, so it's not like super crazy vulnerable. You know, a skink unit that's got a little more oomph to it, but is still fast and kind of cheap and has like poison attacks. I don't know, that'd be cool. Like give me red crested horned one riders. I need in Total War so bad. But in any event, but yeah, I don't know what this thing is. It's definitely a longer necked type dinosaur because you can see where its head is. Its head is up above this thing because this thing is going to connect either to right before its head, like right here on the neck, or it's going to connect to its chin. One of the two based on the ornamentation. So, but you can see it's kind of got it's got its neck here. Looks like it's wearing some kind of collar, or maybe that's where it's what's it called? Where no, this thing definitely looks like it has feathers because those don't look like spikes. They're not thick and pointy enough to be spikes. So it looks like it does, like you can see it's got claws coming off the front here, but it almost looks like it's got little like non-flight capable wings right here. Because you could see how this is where the wing would be. So this is like the main part of the wing, and then you got feathers coming down. Because those are definitely feathers. Those have to be feathers. I mean, look at them. If those aren't feathers, I will be shocked. But I mean, they might, who knows, they might not be. But it's got big spiky bird legs, but it looks like it's got scales along the back. Like it looks like it has an armored back, not a feathered back. So I wonder if it's like, it's got feathers on the tail, feathered wings, and then it looks like there are feathers up here on the back of the neck, and then the rest of it is scales. Because I mean, I've seen dinosaurs like that. So maybe they're trying to make like a much more accurate dinosaur. But this is a new dinosaur for us. There is no doubt whatsoever that this is a brand new mount. I'm really hoping it's a unit and not a character. The Lizardmen are very heavily oversaturated with characters, in my opinion, and we have a lot of characters that don't do anything right now. Like Games Workshop, in my opinion, still hasn't found a way to make the Troglodon work ever since they invented it. I love the Troglodon design-wise, but like functionality-wise, it has never made sense. It didn't make sense in fantasy. And Age of Sigmar has had 3 editions, or 2 editions, 2 editions worth of Seraphon books to try and make the Troglodon work, and they have not figured out a way to make it work yet. But it's a very, very cool looking dinosaur. I'm super excited to see what this is. But I saw that comment, which I put at the beginning of the video as just a little goof, to where it was like, oh wow, I'm surprised he hasn't talked about this. It's like, oh fuck, I haven't I haven't talked about it yet. I am so fucking excited for this. It's not even funny. So I just wanted to come on and share my thoughts about what it is, and also that I'm really excited. I have really the highest hopes for what these 3 minis are. At the very least, if we walk into the 3rd edition Age of Sigmar with new Skink cavalry, new Saurus warrior kit, and a new Slann, and you know, obviously they're able to be used in fantasy as well, I'm fucking sold. Like, don't even, yeah, full done. Because I honestly wasn't sure if I was gonna play Lizardmen in fantasy, the old world, because I didn't like their sculpts. I really didn't like a lot of their sculpts. I would still, like, I don't mind the current Kroxigors. Like, they're not, I hate that they're not plastic, but I don't mind their design. I don't think they're great designs, but they're okay designs. And so that pretty much just leaves the Saurus cavalry and the Salamander and Razordons as, like, pretty outdated. But, like, Carnosaur's awesome, the Stegodons are great, the Bastillodon's great, the Lord Croak's awesome. We've got plenty of good Skink Priest, Scar Veteran, Old Blood sculpts. We've got like we still got the really nice sculpts for like Gorok and Chocox and Tic Tac Toe, and Teto Echo. Like, we've still got all these amazing miniatures from fantasy. Though granted, some of them are still fine cast, and I'd love to see them in plastic, but they're probably not going to do that. They're probably just going to keep them as fine cast until they eventually replace them with something else. But anyway, I'm really excited. I really thought I was like, oh, I'll just come make a quick prediction and talk about my feelings, and this video will be like, I'm not even going to hit 10 minutes, and it's been like fucking double that. I'm so sorry. Let me know what y'all think. If you're a Lizardman fan, let me know if you're excited, or a Seraphon fan. Like, what do you think it is? Are you really hopeful for anything in particular? Is there anything they didn't show in this video that you're really hoping? Because this is probably not all of it. Generally speaking, I don't think they tend to show like the entire release of an upcoming faction in these little hints. They usually like to save a couple surprises, but not always. Like, you know, everyone was really excited for Beasts of Chaos, and there were a lot of hopeful rumors about new Dragon Ogres and Dragon Ogre Shaggus, and we got a fucking Beast Lord, which was so bad. Like, it's a nice mini, but we already have nice Beast Lords, and then they just are like, look, another Beast Lord. It's like, Games Workshop, stop doing that. I would rather just not get a new character than you give me a character I already have 1,000 of. Oh my lord. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for another video, and take care. Good night. Bye. Or good morning, whatever. I'm out of here.